What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Now, in today's video, we are going to be looking at Nasdaq NQ. I started a challenge on FTMO. It's a 10K challenge. Now, I'm just starting to record these videos. I should have started from last year. However, I was actually trading a different challenge, but I was recording the videos, but I didn't decide to upload or so. But those videos don't make any sense at the moment. So I'm going to restart with this one. Now, this is going to be essentially a journal, just tracking the progress on this challenge. I didn't record the first part of the challenge, but I'm starting now. The account is basically at 10,000. I took a few trades earlier this week and it was at 1% profit, and took some more trades and brought it back down to break even. So let's get right into this video. I didn't trade today. One of the biggest issues for me right now is the time constraint as it relates to finding entries because of working. My main pair of focus will be Nasdaq or NQ. So yeah, let's get right into today's breakdown. So we started the week. Here again, today is Wednesday, which will be this candle. So this will be Tuesday and this will be Monday. So we started the week going up. Tuesday, we kind of just ran the highs or created a little SMP here, and we just continued to the downside. We failed to go higher and we sold off. Now, on today's price action, we kind of just retrace back to the I think it was about almost 50% of yesterday's candle before we managed to roll over. Now I saw this price action and I couldn't get in, but it was some lovely price action. The market has been going up and up, and this is a healthy pullback. Now on today's price action, we run the previous day low and also Monday's low, but we close back inside the range of Monday's low. So I don't know if this pullback will be short-lived and we're going to continue higher now, or we're going to come for these lows and tap further into these more discounted PV areas down here. So that is on the daily time frame. On the 4-hour time frame, this is what we look like. Zoom out. So we have a little rounding pattern on the daily time frame. So we went up and so we're coming back down now. So we kind of tapped here, and my data feed is showing me that we actually ran the previous day's high, and others I've seen it as like a double tap or this one kind of low. So I know it's some type of SMP before roll over. This was the low that I was targeting. This one first and then this one. And so we can come all the way back down to this fair value gap here or this area now. I'm going to go on trading view and see how we could have gotten into that trade specifically. But I just going over the higher time frame at first. So see, we traded back up because once we met the once we met the objective for the day, which should have been this low here, and then this one first, and then this one. I saw it as an opportunity that we might just consolidate for the rest of the day, and that is exactly what happened. So now this is the 1 hour time frame, and these are just the PO3 candles showing me the higher time frame on each chart. So see where we opened here, open with a gap, and we just retraced during the overnight session, and we started selling off actually from right around London, late London into New York. We started rolling over, and then we just melted as soon as New York pretty much open. So with this system that I'm using, it's telling me with this range we're at equilibrium here, and that's where we bounce from. I have a demand level here. Not sure if this going to hold us to continue back higher, or we going to continue selling. Let's get down to the 50-minute chart. This chart now is showing me all the way back to the top. Yeah, so see the sideways movement here before we managed to sell off, and this would have been my entry right around here using this 50-minute candle. So after we managed to couldn't go back any higher, this would have been where I would have gotten into the sales. And this trade, depending on the risk, you could have pretty much passed the challenge or made a decent dent in passing, because we had a clean break and we just continued selling, especially if you were confident and recognized the opportunity. I realized that we're not going higher, because after we ran the day's high, I saw this and I'm saying, I don't think we're going to bounce back here, because we already broke structure, and so said, so done. We just continued to melt. So these down here could have been another entry opportunity. During this time, I'm normally at work, so I don't get a chance to get into the action here. I could have caught the buys here, but I didn't take any during London session. It's a bit slow, and the spreads are kind of wide on my system, on my platform. I'm using FTMO, but I didn't get in. I didn't get in. I saw it on the lower time frame, but I didn't get in. So let's go now to trading view. So see, this is where it was at. Let's see if I can find. So see, during the London session, I could have gotten into the buys here right around 3 a.m. for the London kill zone. During the London kill zone, the ICT silver bullet right around 3, just to continue back to the upside. We failed to go high. I think we had a fair value gap somewhere around here, and I saw the rounding pattern after. So I didn't get into any of these. And then now let me see something. So we went up after we had this here. I could have gotten an entry here. Another one could have been here, just short scalps, because one thing with trading these futures, you have to be watching these charts constantly. So I could have gotten an entry here with a decent risk to reward, and also here. Now once I saw us like kind of tapping, ranging, so see, tapping, ranging here, finally broke structure here, and then we did another break here. Now this is around 7 a.m. I'm already on my way to work around here. But when I look at the 50-minute chart, where is it? The 50-minute chart showed me an entry right around here. This would have been my entry. Using this like a immediate rebalancing of this other block here, I would have to set my stops above this candle or to be even safer here. And I pretty much would have gotten at the high of the day, and that's how I could have captured, hold on, the wrong one here. That's how I could have captured the entirety of the move. So even targeting this low here, it would have been a 1 to 4. And if I held all the way down, this could have been way more than 1 to 10. So about 1 to 13 is to reward. Let me clear the drawings. I turn off this. So the first target, because I was on my phone tracking it right throughout the day. This was the first target. Then this one here. Then the previous day, which should have been here. So those were the targets for the day. And I might post a short video showing what I had marked out on my phone. But that would have been the entry, and the timing would have been inside the macro. Let me see if this indicator will show it. So yeah, the timing would have been inside the macro at 7:50 to 8:10. Yeah, right around 7:50 to 8:10 macro, I could have gotten in here. And during the 8:50 to 9:10 macro, we just pretty much ranged until market open. We came back up for a final sweep, and then we dropped. Now the other entry would have been, let me go back to the 15-minute. The other entry right here. The other entry would have been after we swept these lows. I would have expected price to retrace here because we didn't close below the low. But just watching the price, I would have had to take a stab at it right around here. Right around here and risking above the highs. So the entry would have been say in this candle right here. Any one of these candles, either this one or this one. Let me see if I can find which macro would align with it. So right inside the silver bullet. Yes. So the stock market open at 9:30 and the silver bullet starts at 10 o'clock. And this would have been the start of a new 4-hour candle. So this would have been the entry. So that would have been the entry right here. So that would have been the second entry for the day. That would have been the second entry for the day. And could have targeted this low and eventually all the way down here. I don't know when we escalated because I was at work, so I didn't even get to check during this part, but I just saw that we melted during the day. So this would have been Monday's low, and the other would have been, was this Friday? Because this would have been, let me turn on what this indicator, this should show maybe date. So this is Tuesday, this is Monday, and this would have been Friday. Yeah, so we actually even ran Friday's low. Yeah, so you could have targeted these lows. And it's just using the macros and price action. Macros and price action. So let me turn on back this and this. So see, like I said, the new 4-hour candle would have started here and we just melted. Now, after we ran the Friday's low is a key area, I would have expected some type of retracement, and that's exactly what happened. Now, this macro 11:50 to 12:10 would have been right around lunchtime. I would have still been in the charts all the way down if it's even like a partial, but see we retrace. Once we run the low, I would have said, okay, we ran the low, we might get a retracement, and see we came back down after we did some pullback, the minor pullback. We kind of developed some structure here, and you could have actually caught OB. You could have actually caught some buys here during this macro. So just a short scalp. If I was on the chart and this is right at the open of the new 4-hour candle, so you would have gotten in right around here. It could have been done for the day at that point in time, but yeah, that would have been it. But the main move for the day would have been this trap right here. So that is it for today's video, guys. I will keep you updated if I take any trades, and let us see what we could get for tomorrow. So we're already rolling over for the new day. So the new day opened up right around here for the overnight session, and see we trace back. I don't know if we got back to 50%. Let me actually measure with the Fibonacci tool. Where is it? So from the full length of the candle, we actually retraced above 50%. So we came back into premium level of this new range. And that is where we sold from. So we're going back down. So the target for tomorrow, if we're going to continue selling, would be this low right here. This low right here. And then possibly the low of, whoa, it will be all the way down here. I think it's the day when we have the interest rate. So it would be all the way down here to the downside if we're going to continue selling. I don't think we would have such a big drop tomorrow, but let us see. I'm not here to really predict the markets. I just flowing with the price action because we could always just come down and sweep the previous day low and turn back to the upside. Let me go back to the higher time frame charts and MT5, so it would have been all the way down here. That means we would have pretty much retraced all of last week's price action. All of last week buying would have been retraced. It's coming into the end of the month. I think the month ends next week, Tuesday. So let us see what happens. All right, until next time, I'll catch you in the next one.